Hi guys, let's do another English practice. Today the article's name is e-scooters more dangerous than motorbikes, bicycles, the level intermediate. Some vocabularies break a sweat to put in a lot of physical effort. Um, think twice to think carefully about something before making a decision. Injury, harm or damage done to the body of a human or animal organ, a part of a living thing that is self-contained and has a specific and important function. Crash, to hit another vehicle or object causing damage. Pothole, a hole in a road surface made by traffic and rain. Okay, so let's move on to the reading. E-scooters can be a great way to get around the city. You can hop on one and get from one part of town to another in no time without having to deal with crowded buses and trains. And unlike cycling, you can do it without even breaking a sweat. But new things might make you think twice before using one. A new study published in Scientific Reports looked at over 15,000 people who were taken to hospitals in England and Wales with moderate or serious injuries after e-scooter, motorcycle, or bicycle accidents between 2020 and 2022. Researchers found that injured adult e-scooter riders were 3.5 times more likely to suffer a serious brain injury than cyclists, and 1.7 times more likely to do so than cyclists. They were also about 50% more likely than cyclists to suffer injuries to internal organs. The study, however, is not saying that someone riding on a scooter is more likely to crash or get hurt. It only looked at the seriousness of the injuries people had when they got taken to the hospital after they'd already had an accident. So what makes e-scooters so much more dangerous when they have a serious crash? One possible reason is that very few scooter riders wear helmets. In the study, fewer than 60% were wearing one, while that number was 76% for motorcyclists and 45% for cyclists. Study author David Bodansky also pointed to their small wheels, which can easily get caught in potholes and send the riders head first onto the ground. So if you are thinking of hopping on an e-scooter for a short ride around the town, don't forget that safety comes first. Okay, so let's move on to the questions. How many people did the study look at? It was about 50,000. How much more likely were e-scooter riders to suffer a serious brain injury than motorcyclists? I've already forgot, but that is around 3.5 times more. Okay. What percentage of e-scooter riders wear helmets? It's about 6%. Okay, so let's move on to the discussion. Do you find it surprising that scooters are very dangerous in a crash. Yeah, I found it a little bit surprising, but I have seen uh, some riders scooters in my city, and we can see that they don't care about a lot about their safety. Yeah. Do you ever use an e-scooter to get around? No, I haven't bought some scooter. Are e-scooters popular where you live? Do people usually wear helmets when they ride them? It's becoming popular nowadays, mainly this year, uh, and definitely no, the people usually don't use helmets. Yeah. Is cycling a good way to get around where you live? Do a lot of people cycle? I think cycling is always a good way to get around where we live, but I don't see a lot here in my city. The people usually uh, move usually by car. Yeah. Do you know how to ride a motorcycle? Would you like it to learn? Yeah, I know how to ride a motorcycle, but uh, it's been 10 years since I rode the last time a motorcycle. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the further discussion. Do you ever see people riding scooters dangerously? Yeah, because I see a lot of people riding the middle of the street without the helmets. Yeah, so it's very dangerous. Have e-scooters caused any problems in your town or city? I have heard something about that they are slow, the scooters, and they let the traffic slower than normal sometimes. Yeah. What the easiest and cheapest way to get around where you live? I think any type of transport can be easy, like walking or cycling. Here is not a big city, so yeah, it's possible we get around from any way of transporting. How often do you experience delays on public transport? Not so often because, like I said, my city is small, but usually in some uh, times of the day, like the beginning of the working, like around the 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. This time is the traffic is low. Yeah. Is it easy to get around by car where you live? Yeah, here is easy because not has a lot of traffic in my city, so it's easy. Okay, we have finished that lesson. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.